the following equation. We have an equation that has fractions. So most of the time that you have fractions on equations, you want to get rid of the denominator. It will be much easier to solve afterwards. So I want to get rid of that denominator. So therefore I'm going to multiply by my LCD. I want to cancel this x, so I'm going to multiply by x. And this denominator has x squared, basically 2x's. So I'm going to multiply both of them. I need another x to cancel it. I'm going to multiply each of the terms by x and x. X and x, x and x. On the first, there's no denominator. So therefore I'm just going to multiply it out. X times 1 gives me x squared. On the next one, one of the x's cancel. So I have positive 2 times x will be positive 2x. Now on the last one, both x's cancel. So I just have it equal to negative 9. Don't forget your negative. Now from here I can try to factor, but just by looking at my answers, I know I cannot factor it. I'm going to have to complete the square. Now I can complete the square because there's the letter b is even. Makes it a little bit easier. Otherwise I'll be forced to use the quadratic formula. Now complete the square. I'm going to leave some space. Square plus 2x space equal to negative 9. And I'm going to complete my square, so I'm going to place my square here and my square. What you do on one side, you need to do to the other side. Now to complete the square, you're going to take half of b and then you're going to square it. Half of 2 will be 1, and square 1 times 1 gives me 1. Remember, your formula is b divided by 2 and then you square it. Or you can just think half and then square it. Now from here, I'm going to factor the left hand side. So I have x and x. Factors of 1 gives me 1 and 1. They need to add up to a positive 2, so the both should be positive. That gives me 1x, and 1x gives me 2x, equal to negative 8. Since the hours will be the same, I can combine them into 1. And to get rid of the square, I'm going to take the square root on the left and on the right. The square root and the square cancel, so now I have x plus 1 is equal to, now square of 8. Square of 8 is the same thing as the square of 4 times the square of 2. The square of 4 will be 2. Inside, I have a square of 2. Now, since there's a negative inside the square root, we know that's going to be an I, imaginary number. And let's not forget your plus or minus. So therefore, our answer should have an I. So our answer is not B, and it's not A. And the last step will be to move my 1 to the right. It's a positive 1, so it becomes a negative 1. So negative 1. My answer is letter C. Just be careful because they all look very similar. So you have to make sure that you are careful with the little details, such as whenever you have a negative inside the square root, that comes as an I, imaginary number.